The Harker family didn't move into a haunted house. If they had, the story would be easier to tell. There were no warning signs from neighbors, no strange smells, no cold spots, no unexplained noises in the walls. The house was ordinary in the way most houses are. 2 stories, a narrow hallway, a staircase in the center that divided everything cleanly in half. Aaron Harker liked it immediately. It felt manageable, predictable. Kyle liked the garage and the way the backyard caught the afternoon sun. Their daughters reacted differently. Leela, 12, understood what it meant to leave something behind. She unpacked slowly, carefully, as if rushing would make the move permanent. She didn't dislike the house, she just didn't trust it yet. Samantha, 11, ran through it like it was already hers. She claimed rooms out loud. She declared the upstairs landing the best spot. She treated the move like an adventure instead of a loss. Nothing strange happened in the first weeks. They unpacked. They argued about furniture placement. They ate pizza on the floor because no one could find the plates. The house stayed quiet. And that's important. Because the first strange thing didn't happen at night. It didn't happen during a storm. It didn't happen when anyone was scared. It happened during a game. It was a Saturday afternoon. The kind that feels endless when you're a kid. Samantha stood in the hallway, bored, twisting the hem of her shirt. "Hide and seek?" she announced. Leela didn't even look up from her phone. "It's just us." "That's fine," Samantha said. "You count." Before Leela could argue, Samantha took off running, laughing as she disappeared down the hall. Leela sighed and leaned against the wall. 1, 2, 3. She counted slower than necessary, giving Samantha time to find somewhere clever. When she reached 20, Leela pushed off the wall and started searching. Upstairs first, the bedroom, the bathroom, the closet, under the bed. Nothing. She went back downstairs, checking behind boxes and furniture. Still nothing. "Samantha," Leela called. "I'm not doing this all day." No answer. Then she reached the staircase. The stairs were plain wood, darkened with age, solid, normal. But Samantha loved clever hiding spots. Leela crouched and knocked on the wall beneath the stairs. The sound wasn't solid. It echoed. Her brow furrowed. She ran her fingers along the wall and felt it then. A thin seam in the paint. She pressed. A section of the wall clicked inward. A hidden door opened wide enough just for a child to crawl through. "Samantha?" Leela whispered. From the darkness inside came a quiet, excited breath. "I found something." Leela leaned closer. The space smelled like old cloth and dry wood. Samantha crawled out holding a bundle wrapped in yellow fabric. She unwrapped it slowly. A doll's face emerged. Porcelain smooth, glass eyes. A mouth painted into a soft, polite smile. Not cracked, not dusty, not abandoned. Samantha reached back inside and pulled out a second bundle. Another doll. Slightly larger, dark hair, a carefully stitched dress. They sat there on the floor, staring at them. "These are creepy," Leela said. Samantha nodded, but her voice was quiet. "They were hidden on purpose." She turned the smaller doll toward her. "It has freckles," she said. "Like me." Then she turned the other doll toward Leela. "And this one looks like you." Leela didn't like that at all. "We're telling Mom," she said. Samantha hesitated, just a second. "Can we keep them for now?" she asked. "Just until we figure out why they were hidden?" Leela didn't answer right away. She should have said no, but she didn't. They closed the hidden door under the stairs. The hallway went back to normal, and the dolls came upstairs with them. That night, Leela dreamed. She stood at the bottom of the staircase. The house was dim, like all the lights had been turned down. The dolls sat on the steps, side by side, hands folded neatly in their laps. They didn't move, but Leela knew they were watching her. A voice formed inside her mind, calm, gentle. "Thank you for finding us." Her heart pounded. She tried to step back. She couldn't move. "We were forgotten." The dream shifted. She saw her parents at the kitchen table, tired and quiet. Samantha sitting alone in a classroom, trying not to look small. "You want to keep them safe." Leela felt tears sting her eyes. Yes, she thought. "We can help." She woke up gasping. In the morning, Samantha sat at the table, cereal untouched. "They talked to you too," Samantha said quietly. Leela froze. "You had the dream?" Samantha nodded. "They were nice." That was how it started. The dreams came again and again. The dolls never shouted, never threatened. They spoke politely, carefully. They said they were helpers. They said families sometimes needed help staying together. They called what they taught the girls a game. The game came in pieces. First, chalk. Small circles drawn near doors, lines under windows, shapes hidden where adults wouldn't notice. The dolls called them rules of placement. They help keep things in, Samantha explained, drawing carefully. Good things. Leela watched uneasily. "The dolls told you to?" she said. "They suggested it," Samantha replied. The dolls praised Samantha often. "You listen so well. You were meant to find us." They spoke to Leela differently. "You're careful. We need that too." Slowly they introduced something bigger. A family circle. A ritual to bind the family together. Leela asked what it really did. The dolls paused before answering. "It prepares the bodies." That word lodged in her chest like a splinter. The dolls didn't confess outright. They let Leela piece it together. They spoke about being trapped, about being unfinished, and how their own bodies were gone. "We need grown bodies," they finally admitted. "Children grow. Adults last." Leela whispered, horrified. "You want our parents?" "Only their bodies," the dolls replied gently. "They will still love you." Samantha cried with relief. Leela felt sick. The dolls chose the night. Family game night. Candles, a chalk circle large enough for 4, hands held. Aaron and Kyle laughed. They thought it was harmless, just a game. When the words were spoken, the air changed. Something pulled. Something slid. Aaron grasped. Kyle shuddered. The dolls' souls moved, quietly, cleanly. When the candles went out, the dolls lay still, empty. The parents stood, smiling. The dolls were gone. The parents were different. Not wrong enough to scream, just practiced. They watched themselves in the mirrors. They spoke carefully. They smiled a little too long. Samantha was happy. It worked, she said. Weeks later, Leela found the dolls in Samantha's closet. They were warm, and inside them, faint but unmistakable, she heard her parents' voices. Waiting downstairs, her parents called her name, smiling, learning. Leela stood in the hallway, holding the dolls, and understood the final rule of the game. The dolls didn't steal families. They replaced them. And once they learned how to live inside people, they never needed to hide again. If you enjoyed this story, take a moment to subscribe for more nights like this. New tales arrive when the world gets quiet. And remember, some games don't end when the lights come back on. Good night.